Hello, I'm David Chester with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds to 9 o'clock. With news, US Treasury yields have hit an historic low in trading today. Trading resumed after the American public holiday, and Wall Street is posting losses in early afternoon. It's down almost 1%. Commodities, including oil prices, slipped further, and uninspiring US data added to global growth worries. The latest dairy auction saw prices fall marginally. They were down 0.4% in US dollar terms and down 1.6% in New Zealand dollar terms. The lower overall price was driven by a 2.4% drop in whole milk powder prices, while skim milk powder prices rose slightly. The volumes sold at this event were at the highest of the year. New orders for American factory goods fell in May on weak demand for transportation and defence and capital goods. But growing order backlogs and lean inventories suggested the worst of the manufacturing downturn was probably over. Certainly the June data that has been coming through reinforces that view. Across the Atlantic, the Bank of England has warned there is evidence that risks it identified related to Brexit are emerging. Their July financial stability report out overnight states there is evidence that some risks have begun to crystallise. The current outlook for UK financial stability is challenging, they said. The same report highlights the UK's risk to property and especially commercial real estate prices. Things are about to get very bumpy there. In fact, a third property trust fund there has closed for withdrawals overnight. It is not all dire everywhere. In India, it is becoming clear that they are about to replace China as the hot market for raw commodities. The government there is embarking on an infrastructure development push, and demand for iron ore, coal and other steel-making commodities will surge as they renew infrastructure, especially for housing and their railways. In Australia, the Reserve Bank of Australia there left its benchmark interest rate unchanged at 1.75%, but analysts sense that they left the door open for a cut later in the year. And the US Treasury 10-year yields have dived today, down 10 basis points, are now at 1.36% and well below the previous low of 1.43% in July 2012. The US benchmark oil price is also much lower, down about $3 a barrel, now just under $46 a barrel, and the Brent benchmark is just under $48 a barrel. The gold price is up, but only a few dollars, now at $1,355 an ounce. And the New Zealand dollar starts today almost 1 cent lower against the greenback at 71.4 US cents. It's at 95.8 Aussie cents and at 64.5 euro cents. The TWI is at 75.1. I'm David Chaston, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.